Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom select out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Right now, I want to get into a quick topic based upon someone jumping on a comment board. This demon, I forgot what his name is that fast, but like, whether it's an Edomite or a troll or whatever, jumping on the comment board of the video I just did about conspiracy theory. And two things he mentioned, was that he forgive me for the racist BS, and pretty much that the Lord don't care what color, what breed, and all of that. Well, if that's the case, then why don't you tell that to your so-called fellow Edomites, your so-called fellow white people, and tell them stop whitewashing our images? Tell them, why did they make the Lord appear to be a so-called white man when true indeed he's a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah? Okay? Tell that to your own people. Tell that to your own kind, man. If race or color or breed didn't matter, why did they do everything within their power, during the Renaissance period to whitewash our images, right? It tells us that in the book of First Maccabees 3 and 48, where it says, and laid open the book of the law, where the heathen saw fit to paint the likeness of their images, man. So so they took the time out through decades and through hundreds of years to whitewash the images, to make them appear as themselves. So why not correct your own people? If you're really about love and you claim that you're about the Bible, why not correct your own people first? For all the things that they've done. That's what the Lord requires us to do. So we in the right spirit, man. Edomites always got a problem with any time when a Jake got something to say, but they don't take a look in the mirror, man. Why? Because that's the hardest thing to do. But the easiest thing to do is to point the finger somewhere else. That's what a coward would do, right? We know through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai while we're in our conditions, while we're going through these things, right? First and foremost, because we sinned against the Most High. And the Most High put Esau, his whipping stick, according to Psalms, I believe it's 17 and 13, right? He set up Esau as his whipping stick for us, So we know why we're going through this punishment, but at the same time, Esau, he's just a damn devil, man, period, man. Your whole race is just nothing but a bunch of damn devils, man. So how am I racist? And to get into that word a little bit, the whole term racist, what does it require for a person to be racist? People don't even truly understand that. And Lord willing, I may not have a chance to put the clip in with this video, but Lord willing, I get the time to actually put the clip up later on with Dr. Claude Anderson speaking on what is real racism, man. I'm not sure if I put it up before, but I'll check. But if I didn't, I'll put it up, Lord willing, later on today, and show you what true racism is, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we can't be racist. Why? Because we at the bottom. And when you look at it, what's the key word in there of racist? Race. Race. So you got to ask yourself, what was the race truly all about? Who started the race? Where did this term come from? Why is it transformed today as if it just means that you have an opposition against another nation? You got to ask yourself these questions before you try to give answer to anything, before you try to speak on anything. People are so caught up on these newspeak terms and definitions, that's placed before us today. Little do they look into the etymology of a word. That's why they say, hey, words are powerful. Knowledge is fundamental, or reading is fundamental, man. It funds the mental if you correctly know what the hell you're talking about. But this devil just speaking out of ignorance and out of the same so-called Christian perspective that most people speak on. I don't forgive your ignorance, because it's too much noise out here for people not to know what's going on, man. And then you even got a lot of Edomites out here of your tribe, your family, right? Speaking out and knowing the truth of who we truly are. So what's the excuse for your ignorance? Right? So the true definition of the word races is all about the race. Right? Where did the race start at? The race started with the Renaissance period. After these devils got up out the caves. That's when the race started. And so what was the race all about? The race was about all of those so-called European nations at the time, those different Edomites from Portugal, Spain, wherever they were, even though, you still had a lot of Jake mixed up there during those times as well. But, during that Renaissance period, Esau coming into power, Rodrigo Borgia, Cesare Borgia, so on and so forth, slowly but surely take down the Israelites. And for them to truly reign, right, that race was about all those different nations coming together and being confederate with one another to see who would take us down first. That's what the race was all about, right? So real quick, I want to go to this is Revelations 20:1, and it says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand." This was Yahushua putting that lock and key upon you Edomites to push y'all up there into them caves, man. So easy a caveman could do it, right? Verse 2, "And he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan," the so-called white man, before he had pigment. You're going back to that serpent in the garden, right? "And bound him 1,000 years." Because you was bound up for 1,000-year period, man. From primarily around the time of Constantine to the Renaissance, a period of over 1,000 years. "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more." Because that's what the definition of pretty much like a devil is, a deceiver, man. That's all a devil is. It's nothing but a deceiver. So people get it misconstrued when we calling the so-called white man the devil. The devil meaning what? He's a deceiver. And he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan doing his bidding here on earth, man. Because this is his reign right now. He's in his kingdom. So he's done nothing but lie, cheat, steal, murder, whatever, to remain on top. And we can see that. And you're a damn liar if you say that's not the truth, man. It's all around us, man. "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till that 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season." So now is a time where these devils are let loose for a little season, man. For that time to reign. Okay, for them to do their dirt, for them to continue to deceive the nations, and for the Lord to wake us up out of the deception that they cast upon us, up over the covering cast, right? Because that's all a part of it. Let me go to that real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 25 and 7, and it says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." So what? In Revelations 20, it talked about him not being able to deceive the nations no more. Then after which he must be let loose for a little season. So now, coming into the Renaissance period, after the Renaissance period, now what? Esau claiming the lands after their own name, them doing that, and now so they changed the lands of the landscape by the name changing, right? So to confuse the people as to know who was who, who lived where, so on and so forth, so that we wouldn't see the accuracy within the Bible. This is all a part of their deception. Now the covering cast is all the false names that they put over us, man. Them conquering us and putting these false names on us, making us forget our nationality, making all the other nations not know who they are, according to the Holy Scriptures, man. Because this is the blueprint right here, man. You can't get around that whatsoever. This is the blueprint. The Lord gave us all names as all different nations, but yet we are the chosen nation, okay? Period, man. You can't get around it. So what, calling us so-called African Americans? How we from two continents? Puerto Ricans, rich port, so-called Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? All these different names that they put upon us, Haitians and all this. All these names they put upon us that the Lord didn't give us, man. This is all a part of their deception, man. For you to not truly know who you are, right? So going back into the race. Deuteronomy 28 and it's Deuteronomy 28 and I started verse 48, and it says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee." Then they do that, right? "The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all the land which the Lord thy power have given thee," man. So isn't this a sign of the race? The Lord said he shall send a nation against thee from afar, speaking another tongue, which thou knowest not. So this was all a part of the race as soon as they came upon the Renaissance, man. To gather to gather so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They bound us up in them chains and them fetters of iron, and to keep us away from actually reading, from knowing who we are, and from us calling back upon the name of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, man. That's why the scriptures say, "And the elect shall praise his holy name," because these devils have done a great job at being the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Doing everything to deceive, and to cheat and to lie to the people, man. That's his whole MO, and that's all he's built off of, man, right? Because when you look at it all, look at all those different examples. A fierce nation showing no favor to the young, no favor to the old, right? Swift as the eagle flieth, right? He shall besiege thee in all thy gates, till all thy walls come down, till he take everything from us. That's what they did during slavery, hardcore slavery times, hardcore bondage, right? These are all the things that he's done to show that he was in a race to take us down. All those different nations, Portugal, Spain, they was in a race. The British, they was in a race to see who could get to us first and to see who will obtain the most power. And they all did a great job, man. They all did a great job at doing that. And then they put their own names upon us, and they've completed the race. And now we live in what is known as a conservative country, because to conserve means what? To preserve what was already set in place. So all they're doing now is preserving the slavery that they instituted on us from hardcore bondage times, man. And it's continuing on into this day. And we can see that through the lies, through the policy, through the democracy, and everything they set up in these present day times, man. And if you can't see that, you're a damn fool, man. That's what the race was all about, So as us being Israelites, us being at the bottom of the totem pole, we can't be racist, man. Because the true definition of racism comes from the word race. So they were racing to subjugate, to rule over us, and to tyrannize us, and to oppress us forever, as long as it's time, until time expires, so-called, man. But we know through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, we're going to overcome all this within the end, man. That's what the true definition of race is. And the only real racist is you so-called white people, man. And you other nations that all had a hand in our downfall, man. Period. You know? So with that, you know, I hope this segment was edifying. And like I said, Lord willing, I put the clip of Dr. Claude Anderson giving a much more thorough breakdown of it, you know. And this also goes into my episodes of conspiracy theory as well. You know, just a short portion of it, you know, but show that what? People will say, okay, well, you know, we in 2019, we just got to come up and do our thing. Black people got to do our thing. How can you do that when they conspired to keep us down and they still keeping us down by being a conservative nation and keeping their same power that they set up intact through deception, through their law, through their policy, man? It can't be done, man. You know? You can't come up in a place like that. And the Lord wasn't meant for us to come up in a place like this, man. This is not our rest. You know, Micah 2:10. You know, but with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double one to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.